So this is Thomas was alone, which you'll see. What kind of control setup are we using here? Not return. Space. Settings. There we go. Okay. That's all I need to see, really. Let's just new game it.
Thomas was alone.
So this is one of the most pretentious things I've ever seen in my life.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
Probably should change that category, but like I'm amused at the idea of somebody looking for Talos Visible footage and finding this.
Fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to, what's the word? Jump. A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently. This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas.
Sorry, you were saying?
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment. He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really.
There's kind of some nice lighting in this.
He was moving predominantly up and to the right.
Give a better rectangle.
Not important. It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No, it wasn't obvious. Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note.
Oh well.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
There is slightly more to this eventually, by the way. This is what I'm saying about the Talos Principle, having some good, like, pacing early on there. Like, okay, each of these puzzles actually does have a new concept to teach.
Had a new theory.
Whereas this is just like, hey, you ever play a platformer before?
He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
So I'm trying to remember how bad the physics were on moving platforms.
He just wished he had someone to share it with.
It was either actually very nice or very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Okay, yeah. Momentum goes all screwy when they're going down. Or like not quite settled.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to his skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
So behold, we had different characters, different stats. It's like Super Mario Brothers 2.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Not technically graceful, the wrong word, but you know, fine. It was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Now they don't tell you this, but Christopher can also like dig really fast, and is kind of great for speed running.
Glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
This is giving me flashbacks to what was that horrible thing I was playing last week.
Great.
The
Chance for Thomas to
with
jump
the
slightly
giant
behind
fart joke.
Chris. Fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile. Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined them. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Got this whole Thomas the Tank Engine narration thing going on too. So my recollection of this, when I actually like played through the whole thing, it's like a 3-hour game.
Chris stared at Thomas.
Is that some of the later platform gets are like really annoyingly hard.
So very happy with their situation. friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness.
It's not the most responsive controls.
That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the revolting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
Also, this is a weird time for a Dutch angle. It's like, the jump button's not quite as responsive as it should be.
This was his chance, a moment to shine. This was game day. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
So anyway, you kind of get the idea.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done. John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new eyes. You could tell from the sympathetic expression practiced in the mirror all these years.
I recall there's 4 characters by the end. Well, doing that again. Let me jump way ahead. Did I like do everything but the last level? Oh, right. There's all the fan trolls at the end. I forgot about that.
Benjamin and his father climbed between the rocks. If they moved fast enough, they could probably see the fountain before darkness fell. Benjamin had brought sandwiches especially. They had no crusts. Benjamin's father insisted on that. They were meticulously crafted, packed away in neat boxes. For as many cycles as he could remember, Benjamin had made the climb with his father. Every time, the glow felt closer, more tangible. Benjamin hoped that one Benjamin ran. His father had sent word that it was ready, that it was actually done.
Yeah, somewhere here there's like some really annoying, like,
There had been a few misfires.
moving platform
Benjamin had seen the
puzzles.
rectangle who tested Mark 26. More of a trapezium now. Benjamin ignored him, of course, getting the sequence as quickly as possible. He was dying to test this out properly, to fly to the fountain.
Oh, then we got this, of course, because video games.
Just a quick flight up to the fountain. Benjamin was sure his father wouldn't mind. The locked doors were a precaution. Spiked walls, a friendly reminder to be aware of the surroundings. That combination lock on the jetpack had, after all, been exceptionally easy to guess.
Physics, you're not up to this task, really. So just, yeah, this has proved my point that, like, yeah, cute little narration, cute little rectangular solid characters, kind of terrible platforming later on.
Anna was done. The fountain had sounded like a great idea when she started. An adventure. And more importantly, it was an adventure she could have alone.
Yeah, you have the same like set of 4 characters until like last chapter here, where it's like, okay, everybody's leaving the cyberspace, and just like, okay, yeah, you got the idea of like dimensions dictate abilities. Here's a bunch more. And I mean, I don't want to say this game sucks, but like, you get the cute little idea it's going for pretty early on, and then it keeps going, and then like the physics are bad.
Benjamin was getting good at this. They could fly. It was important to stay focused, though. Get a fountain to get to. Get to the fountain, touch it, get home for dinner.
Oh, it's gonna suck, isn't it?
Wouldn't even notice he'd gone anywhere.
Yep, this is gonna suck. Okay, so that stops long. It gets annoying after a while, and it also like you get the idea with the narration real quick. All right, space.